PhatPhish Guitar Studio. I'm Dave and welcome to the Absolute Beginners series of guitar tutorials. You're actually joining partway through the series and I recommend you do these in order, so I'll put a link in the information section down there to part 1 so you can start and go through these in order. See you back here once you've been through the earlier tutorials. That's the A major chord. Let's move on and play a new type of chord. We're going to play a D major chord now. D major chord, different shape, but it's all happening down this end of the neck, and we're using some open strings in this chord as well. The notes that we're going to fret for the D major chord, we're playing an A again at 5th fret on the 3rd string, the G string, so the 2nd fret of that is an A, but this time we're going to be fretting it with the index finger. We're also going to fret at the 2nd fret on the top E string, using middle finger to bring that down onto the 2nd fret, and that gives us an F sharp. And lastly, the ring finger, 3rd finger, going to bring that down on the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, so fretting a B string at the 3rd fret gives us a D. So again, check those fretted notes, check that you can hear the A, the D and the F sharp. Again, the temptation there is to have your hand at too shallow an angle and your ring finger dampens that top E string and it sounds dead. Your fingers need to be straight up enough that you're fretting the notes without touching the strings underneath. Similar bass note pattern for this, but instead of playing the 5th and 6th string, we're going to play the 4th and 5th. So start off playing that open D string, and then playing the rest of the chord, then playing the A string, and then the rest of the chord on the remaining 4 strings. So in this chord, the bottom E string doesn't get used. We're just playing 4th on the chord, 5th, and then the other 4 strings to play the chord. So that's 2 chords that you now know. You know how to play an A major chord and you know how to play a D major chord. What we're going to do now is put those 2 chords together in what we call a chord progression. When you time in music where you're moving one chord to another over a piece of music, we call that a chord progression. So this is where it gets a bit more challenging for you. You need to sit and practice. Everything we do, you need to sit and practice and get comfortable with it before you progress to the next level. You know, there's no shortcuts. So you need to be comfortable about how to be able to, on demand, play that A major chord. Just go to it, fret it, play that chord, and then on demand be able to go to the D major chord, fret it, and play all the notes nice and cleanly. Once you can do that comfortably, you're in a better position to be able to play chord progressions where you're changing from one chord to another. So what we're going to do is start off on that A major chord, play it through a few times, switch to the D major chord, play that through a few times, back to the A major chord, and we'll just kind of play that on a loop. Same picking pattern, using the bass notes and the strums with your picking hand that we're playing before. You get something like this. And so on. Now you might find, you probably will find, certainly will find actually, changing between the chords is the hardest part when you're first learning. What you want though is an overall piece of music that sounds good. So if you're finding that the chord changes are a little bit challenging, slow the whole thing down. What you don't want to be doing is playing your chords through. And then having this huge break where you transition from one chord to the other. If you can only change chord at a certain pace, then pick and slow the whole thing down. So instead of being like 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Just slow it down so you can play comfortably, smoothly, and you can play through those changes without having to kind of stop, reposition your fingers and start again. Then as you get more practiced, you'll be able to make those changes more quickly, and the whole thing you can start playing at a quicker tempo. As with everything, practice makes perfect. You just need to stick at it. Yes, your fingers will hurt. Yes, you probably find that your arm and your wrist hurts because you're holding your hand in what is a fairly unfamiliar sort of position. It just takes time. If it feels like it's starting to hurt too much, take a break. It's like sports. You don't want to strain, and it will come in time. You just need to persevere.